Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
Hi and welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, episode 14. Rhodey, how are you going this fine morning?
Mate, I'm good. Happy to be alive. Happy to be here. What do you got for us?
14 episodes. Unreal scenes, mate.
Yeah, it's creeping up on us, really, isn't it?
It is. It's sneaking up on us. And we've got friends of the shows today, I'd say, is a nice way to summarise it. We've got Graham Keegan. Some big news.
Lots of breaking news and wreck fishing in there.
Very recently. Unbelievable scenes. And we look forward to having a chat with him. We're also going to have a chat with Dan, our man Dan from the Fishing Guru. He's a great man, and we look forward to getting some updates on tackle a bit later on. But let's hook into it. To start with, Rhodey, oranges and lemons, mate. What's been going on throughout the week?
Well, my orange this was an easy decision this week. The merchandise, the caps are here. They look great, and they're selling like hotcakes.
They are. They're flying off the shelves.
Bloody good quality product.
You've got to get in quick, seriously, haven't you?
Yeah, the boys down at One Rundle Trading Co. hooked us up with the goods. They look great, so make sure you get involved in them.
Yes, absolutely. And what about the lemon, mate?
Well, look, my lemon has got to be the inconsistency in the weather.
Oh.
We had some great days during the week. Typical Saturday, Sunday wind.
It's pretty much sort of spring sprung a week early, didn't it?
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
The weather was unbelievable.
Bit of a northerly though, kept us off the water.
Yeah, it did.
So just the wind not lining up with our days off work.
Yeah, not good.
What about you, mate? What do you got for us?
Yes, well, it was my birthday on Monday, and that was a ripping photo you put up of me.
Yeah, happy birthday, mate.
So that was not a bad day. A few gifts here and there. Bit of money to spend in some tackle stores. Nothing like it. And my lemon was that 2 days after my birthday, my car just decided to totally shit itself.
Not working?
Gearbox, done. So anybody out there wants a lemon of a highlight, I'd hit the show up. And we're taking basically all offers we've been considered.
And that put an end to your fishing plans the other day, didn't it?
It completely stuffed the whole weekend.
Pretty hard to tow a boat behind your push bike, isn't it?
Certainly. I was thinking about pulling it there. But, it's a long way. Anyway, that's the oranges and lemons for the week, and we have touched on the merch, Rhodey, but tell the listeners out there about what sort of deals they can get their hands on.
Yeah, so the beautiful blue caps, $25 a pop, but if you buy two, we'll give you a free stubby holder.
Oh, that is a no-brainer for mine.
Bloody old mate Diz looking after you all.
Absolute no-brainer. And we've had some pretty solid positive feedback about these hats, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got some pictures. Bill's trucking them up in the Clare Valley.
Yeah, that hat's probably done the most amount of miles.
Yeah, they've made their way to Sydney, to Melbourne. We do postage by request, and discuss that with us.
Yeah.
But get them out, send us a pic, and we'll share them on our socials, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, fantastic. Well, Rhodey, as you always do, mate, that big noggin of yours has been buried in the books. We have had a big week of news. Part of the reason really why we delayed the show, a little bit later than usual, but there's just been some big news which we just have to inform the listeners about. We've felt obliged, haven't we?
Yeah, look, mate, there's been plenty happening in recreational fishing, so let's get underway. Now, starting from the top, the South Australian Fishing Alliance, they quit the MARFAC as they were an organisational member of the committee. As a result of this, Graham Keegan, he was the SAFA representative and was also the chairperson of MARFAC. He stepped down from his role. So that's some of the bigger news you'll hear.
Oh, massive news. It's we've touched on Tim Whetstone finishing.
Yeah.
We've touched on Basham being the new member, and I just can't help but feel that there's been some things shaken up in those upper echelons.
There certainly has. So we'll chat with Graham about this a bit later on, but he has posted on his Facebook that the council was to be filled by government-appointed naive newbies, and as a result has stepped down from the council. Strong words there.
Very strong words. I think Graham's going to be very clear with his opinions later on, and we look forward to getting those. But yeah, it's huge news for the state.
Yeah, get that one out, mate. So so SAFA has publicly questioned the independence of MARFAC and its ability to implement changes. They feel PIRSA is acting as a gatekeeper towards MARFAC. They have said that they originally told that PIRSA and SARDI would provide support when requested, and the MARFAC would set its own agenda directly with the minister, and they feel this hasn't occurred.
Yeah.
So that's the reasoning they've given, but we'll hear it straight from the horse's mouth a bit later on.
Yes, absolutely. And that really has led to some big reform for the MARFAC, hasn't it?
It has. So they're now down to only three of the original members that were elected in 2019 from that ballot that they had. So Dave Schofield, Peter Teakle and Amanda Whitehorn are remaining. Graham Keegan and Brian Whedon, who was the tackle rep, I think, wasn't he?
He was the tackle representative. He runs the tackle store down,
I think it's
Wallaroo, I think.
Or
Moonta Bay, maybe.
One of those two. Anyway, those two gentlemen have had their resignations accepted. And they have had a shake-up. So the rec fishing chair, Mick Wilson, now has a place on the council. They're going to have another nominee from the Australian Fishing Trade Association. 4 additional people will be appointed. That announcement should be made shortly. They're going to be directly appointed onto the panel.
Yes.
And the next lot of MARFAC elections is now due for late 2021.
Yes. So they'll be able to get some runs on the board.
So it gives them 12 months to get in, get a bit done, make a name for themselves, and then hopefully get themselves re-elected.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've got some big stuff going on in the state, and absolutely one of the largest things that's going on in the minute is the marine scalefish reforms.
Certainly very important, isn't it, Diz?
Absolutely. There's 4 priority species. We've touched on this before, that's snapper, king George whiting, garfish, and calamari, and essentially 20% of the total allowable catch is split equally between all licence holders. Is that right, Rody?
That's correct.
And what happens to the other 80%?
So that is calculated based on an individual's catch history prior to 2016.
So what you're telling me is anybody who is new into the fishing industry post 2016 will not have a big quota.
Correct. They've got no catch history from that time period, so they won't get a share of that extra 80%, is certainly my understanding of it.
So they are not going to be able to be financially viable.
No, they're certainly not. So it's, that certainly leads me to think those newer fishermen to the game are going to be those that they're hoping will take up the voluntary licence buyback.
Yes. And tell us about that pro licence buyback.
Yeah, so 44 pro fishers have so far surrendered their licence. 40 of them were line fishers and 4 net fishers. The line fishers each received 140 grand for their licence and the net fishers 180.
Interesting.
What do you think about that?
Well, it'd be interesting to know what they paid for it.
You wouldn't know, would you?
No, you wouldn't, but you'd like to know.
You would.
But, they're going to be hit with some fee increases now, aren't they?
Yes, yep, they are.
So it's going up.
It's going up significantly.
Yeah. What was it, 2,880 odd bucks or something?
Yeah, and between now and 2024, 2025, that financial year, it's going to go up to 12 grand. So it's going up times 6.
Yeah, that's
almost
big,
times 5.
I suppose realistically, when they just cut down these amount of fishes, they're going to be making a bit more dough.
And the net fishing licence will rise similarly.
Yes. Okay. All right. Eddie Hughes, member for Giles, was the shadow minister to Tim Whetstone and then now David Basham, Primary Industries and Regional Development. Big news out of him, mate. What's going on down there?
Firstly, he called for the MARFAC to be disbanded.
He did.
He wasn't the only one, but he was pretty passionate about that.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
Anyway, so he made a bit of a comment about that. flicking the Marfac, and then about a week later he stepped down from the portfolio.
So he just really wanted to go out on a bang there.
He did. He's just whacked him.
He's come in and gone, see you later, and then he's just said to himself, see you later, champ.
So he said he's now going to focus solely on his electric.
Yeah, righto.
Over at Whyalla, over that way.
Yeah, plenty of fishing to be done down there.
All right, mate. Now we've touched on some big, high-profile species of marine life. This might be the biggest of them.
None bigger than the commercial seaweed industry, mate. It is. Some people have said it is the cogs which turn this state. $140 million seaweed industry, which could potentially create 1,200 jobs.
That's quite a lot of people harvesting
Stick that down your throat, Stephen Marshall. I have not heard of the seaweed industry.
I didn't know a lot about it. You're a bit of a sushi man though, mate, so you should take a bit more of an interest.
Yeah, I certainly should. But on a more serious note, there have been some proposed changes to allow seaweed to be harvested in 3 aquaculture zones in Hardwick Bay.
Why Hardwick Bay? Do we know that?
No, I couldn't tell you why Hardwick Bay. I'm going to hazard a guess to say that it's abundant.
Favourable conditions for seaweed harvesting.
Must be. Absolutely must be. But basically, there's a huge market for a seaweed feed additive to reduce methane emissions by half in a cow's digestive system.
So this is really one for the greenies.
It is one for the greenies. Are you following though? We were talking about seaweed, now we're talking about cows.
And hold on, is this a fishing podcast or are we getting into some sort of agriculture?
we're getting there, mate. But South Australia has the highest diversity of seaweeds in the world. Over 1,500 species known to live here in our great state of South Australia. And the market, mate, it reaches far beyond cattle. It's not just cattle. It can be used as a sustainable food source. It's an eco-friendly, or can be used in eco-friendly bioplastics, fertilizers, cosmetics, and of course, pharmaceuticals.
Oh, Diz, you're a pharmacist. What can you tell us about that?
Oh, it's great for your skin. It's good for your beard. It's
I would
good
know.
for all sorts, mate. But seriously, public consultation is now open until October 23, 5 p.m. So if you want to have your say, if you're passionate about the seaweed industry like we are, jump on the PIRSA website and give some feedback. All right, ready? That was probably the biggest news we had all week, but we have got one more little feel-good story.
We've got 2 more, mate. 2 more to go.
Sorry.
2 more little
Didn't
bits.
scroll far enough. But crab pot design, mate. We know all about crab pots.
Well, we think we do. We're pretty handy on the crabbing, aren't we?
We're not bad.
That's probably our... we don't miss on the crabs.
We don't miss crabs. We're good on the crabs. But...
And how do you go eating them?
I don't go very well. We're staring straight down the barrel of an anaphylactic shock.
Old anaphylaxis, blue swimmer crab, Gillespie they call him. Doesn't mind catching them, can't eat them.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing with these new crab pots? Tell us about them.
Well, mate, a WA commercial crab fishing company, Abacus, has had its best season in 15 years after trialling a new crab pot which had tripled its weight per pull in kilograms.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, Abacus, they specialise in blue swimmer crab. They invested $400,000 into a plastic injection molded crab pot instead of the old school stainless steel pots.
And I'm just reading here, Diz, the catch ratio per pot compared to stainless steel pots was 3 kilograms to 1 kilogram per pull.
It's unbelievable, mate. That is serious numbers.
Now, how many? Just a bit of a question for you. If they are now getting 3 kilos of blue swimmer crab per pull, how many crabs do you reckon that equates to?
I would have no idea, mate.
How much is how many crabs per kilo? You reckon 3 or 4?
Well, I'd say that's probably a reasonable guess. Naturally, it does depend on the size of the crab.
You'd think.
So we're talking average here.
300 to 500 grams per crab.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, if you're listening and you've got any more of an idea than Rhodey, then send it in. They bought 600 pots, Rhodey. but they only need to use 3 of them because they're landing so many.
3 of them or 300?
300 of them.
Jeez, they're wasteful if they're only using 3. So could this be introduced into South Australia, Diz?
Well, I can't see why you wouldn't.
Certainly worth considering, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder whether they've licensed it.
You reckon we could get our hands on one?
Oh, mate. 3 kilos per pull.
We'll get Hannah's out on the front of the Renegade and we'll do a bit of speed crabbing.
He was pretty handy on the crabbing, wasn't he?
All right, mate, last but not least, the CSIRO carp virus scientists have warned against a release. They're saying it's too early, not enough research has been done.
Okay.
So doctors Kevin McCall and Angus Sonato, they were involved in the research, and they've said that it would be unwise, even wasteful, to release the carp virus into the Australian environment at this current point in time.
Okay, so they're not on board.
Well, they're on board in theory, but they think we need to have a
soon.
second genetic or biocontrol measure developed, so the carp herpes knocks them down to start with, and then something else finishes them off.
Okay.
Because they reckon they could rebound in 2 or 3 breeding seasons. Carp are one of the most prolific breeders of all time. A female can produce 500,000 eggs each season. Oof. So they're saying we need a second measure to control all this.
Right, wow. That's unbelievable.
It's a lot of baby carp.
Sounds like there's a fair bit more to go into this then, before we just come out and go bang, see you later, no more carp.
Well, yeah, certainly that's been a real slow burn of a story, hasn't it? It's just been ticking away in the background, this carp herpes business.
It has. But I can't help but feel like this is just slowing it down even more.
The COVID hasn't helped it,
No.
as we talked about last week.
Yes, yeah, true. All right, Rody, does that wrap up the news, mate?
That's all I got for you, mate.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks for burying that brain of yours into the books again. We had some good stories there, but we are really looking forward to this, aren't we?
Yeah, it'll be good to hear from Graham, hear the true story from his perspective, what led to all this. All right, welcome to the show, Graham Keegan. Graham, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks, guys. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you, Graham. It's been a big week of news, and look, firstly, from me and Rody personally, thank you very much for your service on the MARFAC. Can you talk us through your decision to leave?
Okay, well, first of all, I appreciate that comment. Because it's a long-winded decision that goes back to the start of the MARFAC. SAPA and a lot of my cohorts believe it's a broken promise from day one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to elaborate on the history or what's happened lately, but we all got together a week ago and discussed the future of the MARFAC and the futility of it, and SAPA demands that I pull out. Now, I worked with people and I respect them, so I made the decision to pull out, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'll be very clear with you. I have not spoken to this minister, and he's made no attempt to speak to me.
Okay.
I had his PA put in front of me last week what he intended to do moving forward, and I didn't agree with it on the public's behalf, okay? The original premise for this MARFAC was to work independently of government, and here we have government making decisions for our representative body. It's not an acceptable situation for me. So I said no. They asked me to consider it over the weekend, and I still said no.
Yeah. So what were the issues with it, Graham? You didn't feel like it was independent, truly independent? Was that the main one?
Oh, it never has been. I mean, from day one, we starved for oxygen. You know, it took them a year to get the process up and running. Okay. That was a problem straight away. We lost a lot of momentum. Okay. When we had a meeting with the minister 3 months after that election, and he looked at us like we were lepers. He couldn't even get his face up from the desk. I knew we had a problem then.
Yeah.
He was delivering something he didn't want to deliver. Trust me. I'll just give you a picture of what went down in the last few years. So, in March last year at our inaugural meeting, we signed the MARFAC into the management plan. Okay. Well, beautiful. All right. Well, they only put it through 2 weeks ago, guys. It took them 18 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we weren't officially the representative body for 18 months, okay?
Yeah, okay.
The inaugural meeting had agendas set for us that did nothing for the future of rec fishing. It was all about control.
Yeah, okay.
The PIRSA media mailing list. I found out more on Facebook. I begged for 18 months to get us on the PIRSA mailing list. It happened last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a fair old roll, I tell you.
Yeah, I bet. Sounds like a fair bit of inaction.
Yeah, 8 months to get a letter done. Countless meetings that I've gone to. I went to, good old 30 meetings in the last 18 months to find out they'd already made the decision, or they make a different one to the committee's result.
Yeah.
Guys.
So, what would be your suggestion, Graham? How do you think it should be run? What changes do you think need to be put in for this to be successful?
I think they should have just bitten the bullet and gone straight back out to voting in. It was supposed to be a democratic process. They should have taken it to the public. All the criticisms from everybody in the MARFAC have been undemocratic and people put in positions. Well, this minister's just gone and done it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong.
Yeah. It should have been independent, I suppose.
Well, that was the original premise. You now have a government-run body that'll be, trust me, dictated to by PIRSA. We're in a very dangerous situation now, considering we've got major changes in this fishery over the next year.
Yes.
And the position you're in now is you've got no independence. You've got an appointed body.
Yes, yeah, which is not good for some massive things which is going on in the state, and one of those being the rec licence concept.
Yeah,
do you think this affects that significantly, Graham, or do you have an opinion on that?
My resolve at the end for a rec licence was we needed one, so we had a fighting fund, and we actually had skin in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
The government reason to have a rec fishing licence is they want the money. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's in the agenda from the first inaugural meeting last year. So the people that are in there representing us now really need to be tough and get their act together. There's lots of minds to cross now.
Yeah, so do you think that the rec licence will get up, Graham?
Look, I don't know the results of the survey yet. I hadn't got it in my hand.
Yeah.
I suspect that a government would put that to an election issue. They wouldn't make a decision before the election.
Okay.
That's what I suspect, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I suspect.
And Graham, tell us what's next for you. Are you going to have a bit of a break from, I suppose, the politics of fishing, or have you got other interests in getting involved again, or what are your plans?
Look, I'm going to have a break for a while. I've already had a million phone calls in that area.
Yeah.
To be honest, the last 2 days I've really enjoyed the weight off my shoulder.
Yes.
It was a futile fight. So, even though I was going to stay there to the end and fight to the last degree, now I'm out the door. It's like, wow, I can breathe.
Yeah.
Bit of a weight off your shoulders, I imagine.
Yeah, just a bit, guys. Yeah, look, I don't know. I won't promise I won't come back, because who knows? But at the moment, I'm going to go fishing, all right?
Yeah, absolutely, and you deserve it, Graham. We do, appreciate all of you, and thank you for giving us the time on the show. We do appreciate that. I suppose, has this been something for yourself that you've just felt has been bubbling away in the background? I suppose you said you sort of flagged some problems from the start, or has it all sort of come to a fore over the last couple of weeks?
Look, I've been holding Sapper back trying to pull me out for 6 months. They're continually frustrated, and, have a look at the southeast, okay? We fought as a MARFAC against having tags put in place for our fishery.
Yes.
Now, we were right. The southeast target for recreational fishing, including charters, was 13.5 tonne, okay?
Yep.
Between us, we won't catch 1 tonne. Tags garroted our sector. Those that want to go fishing didn't get tags, and those with aspirations left them in the stock drawers. Now, I'll make it really hurt for you.
Yeah.
The crayfish industry, southern rock lobster, fishing a secondary species, have caught over 10 tonne of snapper this season.
Oh, gosh.
But the rest of us missed out. Now, that's a dangerous precedent for the future, and this MARFAC needs to arrest that now. Okay? Now, I was on those committees. I was was on the Minister's Back, setting, for the snapper and the future of the tack fishery for commercials. They threw me out of that as well, boys.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, quite convenient, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. We've got a dangerous situation coming, and I don't know, they need to be on their toes. They really do.
Yes. Well, it'll certainly be a watch this space with great interest. What happens next, Graham? It's going to be interesting for us all, I think.
Oh, absolutely, guys, absolutely. And I suspect it'll get ugly towards the next election.
Okay.
There's other groups ringing me that aren't happy, so the politics will continue, my friend.
Yes. Now, in amongst all of this, Graham, have you managed to get out and catch any fish?
Look, I haven't, but I'm gearing up. I'm looking at all my game gear. I joined the SA Game Club.
Yep.
And I'm going to give those competitions a nudge this year.
Yep, beautiful.
Something I used to do once before I got into this politics. So before I get too old, I'm going to go out and give game fishing one more nudge.
All right, we'll keep our eye out for some nice catches in the months to come then, Graham.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Yeah, I can't wait.
Make sure you send us in your photos, Graham. And once again, very, very thankful for all your efforts on the Marfac and everything you've done for the state, and really appreciate your time.
No, cheers. I appreciate it, guys, and let's watch it all with interest, hey?
Yes, thanks, Graham.
Cheers, Graham.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much, Graham Keegan, ex-chair of the Marfac, for joining us for a discussion and giving his side of the story as to why he's no longer a part of the Marfac. Diz, what do you think?
Yeah, well, big news. I think he's right. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. Like you say, it's a particularly big point in time for the recreational fishing, so we'll wait and see.
He's certainly not afraid to have an opinion, Graham, and there's lots of opinions about him, but he's certainly passionate.
Yes, passionate, and done a lot on the Marfac, so we appreciate that. But we'll sit tight and see what happens next, eh?
We will. Now, what do we thought? Was that a native lorikeet or something in the background there?
There was some kind of native bird whistling away, but it was interesting. Might have been a pet.
Could have been anything, mate. So we apologise for that slight issue with the sound there, guys, but great to chat with Graham.
Great to chat with Graham. All right, Rhodey. Now, very good friend of the show. Very good friend of the show next.
He's a keen listener, gets involved in the socials, and he's always good for a chat.
We love his work on social media, particularly when he gets a haircut with a stubby in his hand.
He certainly, he's given us as much marketing for these stubby holders as anyone.
He has, and yeah, I think he enjoys the drink out of them, just like us.
Yeah.
But certainly a fantastic tackle producer, the Fishing Guru.
Yeah,
Some
so
really
we'll hear all things, what's new in the fishing tackle game.
Yeah, we're going to just really have a bit of an update on what's going on in the tackle industry since COVID and all that, aren't we?
Yeah, all right, mate, enough of your chit-chat. Let's get him on.
Okay, welcome to the show, Dan from the Fishing Guru, a great friend of the show. Nice to have you on, Dan. How you going, mate?
Yeah, great, boys. Thanks for having us again.
No, really good to hear from you, and we're looking forward to a bit of a tackle update. We're only saying just the other day, it's about time we got you back on and got the latest on what's going on. So how's everything been going, mate, in the tackle industry more broadly? Sort of bouncing back after COVID, do you reckon, or what's happening there?
Yeah, I think it is. I think I mentioned previously that those that are manufacturing locally are probably the ones that are going to steam ahead coming out the other end of this. So
yes,
there's some really good stuff popping up on the market. A lot of the big guys, there's a lot of exciting soft plastics starting to pop up around the place. Stuff like scents, the spray scents and stuff, are becoming really popular as well. So, and of course, those that are manufacturing local are really sort of coming up for the win as well. So.
Yes, perfect. No, it's certainly good to support local, and particularly during these times. Anything particular that's new or exciting you can tell us about?
Yeah, like I said, there's some really exciting stuff coming out in the market from soft plastics and scents and stuff. As far as the fishing is concerned, we've got a couple of new products in the pipeline that we're really excited about.
Yeah.
We've got a new jig. It should be ready in time for kingfish season, so it's going to be a bit more of a deep water jig around the 7 and 9 ounce mark.
Yeah.
And that actually, in order to manufacture that here, it involves 4 local businesses. So when dealing with 4 businesses, we're just trying to put all the pieces together at the moment and get them ready. But they should be ready to launch in the next month or so. So yeah, that's really exciting. So
Absolutely, mate. That's really good, and that's what we love about you, mate. All the local support, and we've certainly felt the love from you guys, and we really do appreciate that. Mate, there's lots of bait products going around that we see pop up on Facebook and the likes, and we absolutely love it. How do the nitro bloodworms go? They look bloody good. Do they get the fish hungry?
How do you tackle nitro bloodworms, mate? They are sensational. So they're not a new product by any means. HYT guys have had them cranking for a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, they when the fish are a little bit funny and they're not sure whether they want to have a crack or not, the nitro seems to get them across the line. So the good thing about those ones is once the fish has a bite, it actually releases that nitro and sort of causes them to go into a bit of a feeding frenzy. So.
Yes, perfect. And what about the rigs, Dan? Still tying plenty of them?
Yeah, still tying plenty of them. We are getting a lot of help these days.
Yes.
It got a little bit overboard for us to be able to handle on our own. So we've got a lot of local guys helping us out, snelling hooks and whatnot. But yeah, we're still pumping them out, fellas. So
Yeah, they're fantastic rigs, mate. We got ourselves over the York Peninsula a while ago, and it was your rigs that did the damage on the tings. It was fantastic.
yeah, no, I saw some photos, boys. You did all right.
Mate, it was, I'm not sure whether I'm bending the truth too much here, but Rody tied his own rig, and I reckon he lost a few dodgy knots.
I don't believe that for a second.
Not on your rigs, mate. I had your rigs on my rod, and they were coming over thick and fast.
I believe that one.
What do we need to get our hands on for summer? Dan, they're loving this weather. We're looking forward to some nicer days, and we need to get our hands on something. What is it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, summer's really exciting time to fish. Your beaches are really, really productive. So, your mulloway are going to start to come in. The brims are going to fire up in the next month or so. You got stuff like your whiting, your silver whiting, your yellowfin whiting are a really, really fun target species to chase. And then, of course, crabs and tuna sort of at the tail end as well. So really exciting time to fish. There's all the tackle stores are going to be gearing up for that shortly. So I imagine there's going to be plenty of really new cool stuff coming out. So keep an eye out for new lures and rigs and all that innovative stuff. And like I said, with the COVID, we've essentially been forced to innovate and seek local. So that's going to be really exciting as well.
Yes, always good to support the locals, Dan. Now tell us, what are your thoughts on the big news that's broken this week? What's all that's going on with Marfac? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've got thoughts. Generally with this sort of subjects, I try and stay out of the politics.
Yeah.
Look, Graham I've known for some time, and in my opinion, I think Graham did a really, really good job. He should be proud. He should hold his head up high of what he did. Unfortunately, I think there was a lot stacked against him and against Marfac from the start. And, it's really unfortunate sort of the stuff that they had to go through and try and overcome. I think they could have done some really awesome things. And, whether they'll be able to achieve that moving forward, I'm not sure. Hopefully the fishing public get behind them because they unfortunately just didn't do that. But hopefully we can get past this and move on and have a stronger recreational fishing sector because of it. So,
yeah, I agree with you there, Dan. I think you're on the money there. It's really good. But I think you're right. It's important to stay out of the politics sometimes with this. It gets all a bit bloody messy once you start getting involved in that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've all got our own opinions, and I just try to keep mine to myself. I think I don't really want to get on any side of the fence. So
yeah,
I just want to. If I see something that it's going to improve fishing or improve recreational fishing or improve our stand in doing so, then I'm there. But apart from that, I tend to sort of keep my mouth shut, I think.
Yes, beautiful. And Dan, have you been doing much fishing lately? Any nice catches or any big plans? What's happening on the fishing front for you?
No, not really. So we, unfortunately, as much as I would love to have gone out, we've been really busy the last couple of months. In conjunction with our contracted services to Housing Tackle, we've essentially just been gearing up for a really busy sort of spring and summer season. We've got a new catalogue coming out that we've been working on and just trying to build up stock levels. So I think the last couple of months we've more so focused on innovating and trying to come up with new products, and we've been talking to local manufacturers, local suppliers, and just sort of putting those wheels in motion to make that happen. So
we're really looking forward to seeing what's coming out, mate. When's the catalogue going to drop? Where can we find it? On the Facebook page?
No, the catalogue is actually available to our wholesale customers, or to Housing Tackle's wholesale customers. So it's all the independent fishing tackle stores and chains that we service, and service stations and whatnot. That's obviously what they have access to and they can order from.
Yeah. Right.
In order to fill their shelves. So.
Okay, fantastic. Very good, mate. Well, that's excellent to hear. We really look forward to seeing what's in store over spring and summer, and hopefully you get out there and get a chance to get onto some fish.
No, we've got some really exciting stuff coming, and hopefully I'll get a chance to get out myself. So.
Make sure you keep us in the loop, Dan, and we'll give all your gear a good share on the socials and make sure everyone knows about it.
All right, thanks, Rody. Thanks, Diz. Lovely work, boys.
Cheers, Dan. Take care, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Always great to hear from our very good friend of the show, Dan Waye from the Fishing Guru. Rody, it was good to get his updates.
Yeah, always good to chat with Dan. He's a good fan of the show.
He is an excellent guy. All right, well, we should get into the fishing report, Rody. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. There's not a massive amount going on here, is there?
No, there's not. There's a little bit, though. Pez, our good mate, Adam Perryman, up in the Barossa. Caught a nice redfin, shared all the gear but no idea.
He does well on the redfin, doesn't he?
And he shares it with us too, which is always a bonus.
It is.
Flick a photo our way.
Flicks a few around the place.
Yeah, what else, Diz?
Well, Rob got the bag of squid at Seacliff.
Yeah, another listener of the show, flicking in his little fishing report. He got the bag of squid. Good to hear from Rob.
Yes, it was, and we appreciate him sending in his photos.
Little video we got.
Videos.
Yeah, little video. It's good. So there are squid around Metro. That's the moral of that story.
Yes. Yeah. Excellent.
What else you got for us, Diz?
Well, mate, a big great white shark was spotted off the Balgowan fishing charter operators.
Yeah. Okay.
Very recently.
Yep.
They put up a bit of footage on their Instagram page, and it was a monster.
Was it? Yeah, beautiful. There's always, I've seen a couple of great whites getting around the metropolitan jetties as well, Diz.
Yes, yep. There was one seen not long ago, wasn't there?
That always gets a fair bit of social media attention, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, the Balgowan fishing charter operators, they seem to do exceptionally well on the tings.
Good operators, you're
Lots and lots of photos of whitings, and definitely some good morwongs.
Might have to head out with them, will we?
Yeah. All right, Rody, what's happening? I've heard some whispers of some late season salmon.
Yeah, they're getting around all the usual locations down South Victor Harbour Way, bottom end of Yorks, we've been hearing.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. And there's, although August doesn't have an R in it, there have been some early season crabs.
Yeah, we shared that last week. Last episode, Shane Mensforth got crabs off Edithburgh, and I have seen a few other reports, both on the York Peninsula and up sort of St Kilda way of crab reports.
Yeah, no, they're doing well. They'll be coming in thick and fast before long.
And mate, you've been out fishing in the last couple of weeks over to Black Point.
Yes,
how'd you go? What's your report?
We didn't do amazingly well. In fact, we did pretty horrible.
So
the weather was not great on Saturday. Sunday was the pick of the weather.
Yeah.
Got out there. Probably didn't fish the best tide, but we got one lonely little whiting.
So what's the moral of that story then?
I'm not much good.
I'm not there, no fish?
No, mate, we've caught fish without you plenty of times.
So there's the fishing report. No whiting at Black Point, guys. Don't bother. Diz didn't get any.
Yeah, fair call. Don't bother.
All right, mate. What do you got for us?
That up. Well, I think there's a couple of takeaway points here from the show.
Yep.
Get onto the merch before it goes.
Yeah, the caps are going hot. Get on them.
You need to get yourself a little pack.
Yeah.
2 hats, stubby, $50. 1 hat, $25.
Simple.
It is simple. They're very good. They're very comfortable. And you'll find us on socials. Basically, anywhere you look, you'll find us if you type All the Gear But No Idea.
And please make sure you're sharing your photos, whether it's sharing your new cap, sharing your catch, whatever it is, getting amongst the fishing action in the state. Get us involved.
Yes, absolutely. Tag us. We just love seeing it.
We do. Now, Diz, this is what all the fans have been waiting for.
Yes.
Your joke.
This is my moment to shine.
This might perk you up a bit, this joke.
I've got a good one. All right. Okay, ready. Why does the Norwegian Navy have barcodes on all of their ships?
I suppose so they can keep track of them, mate.
No.
No, what is it?
It's not. It's so when they get back to port, they can Scandinavian.
That's not your worst. You got half a chuckle out of me.
Sam gave me that.
Sam. Didn't help me out, old Sam from the gym.
Not bad. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Great to hear from Graham and Dan this week.
Couple of good guests, couple of repeats. We got them back. They were so good the first time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Good call. All right, cheers for listening, guys.
Thanks. See ya.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.